Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to Dash to Shoot, my wrestling episode where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. I've decided to stop saying weekly because I don't do it weekly anymore, really. Um, and maybe that's on me. I need to get back into trying to do this weekly because this is really the only videos that I can do, the wrestling videos as of right now because of my computer situation. So I, I'll probably try to. Yeah. I don't know, but maybe what I do is I'll try to become a new in the new year of 2023. So I'm not gonna promise anything for the rest of the year because things could just be going haywire. So, but maybe I'll try to make it for the new year to go back doing it every week. That being said, we're here today. We're here to talk about two things. Triple H relying too much on past NXT stars, and could CM Punk come back home? Come on, CM Punk, come back home where you belong. Yeah, and of course, I mean home in WWE. So let's go ahead and let's start with Triple H. So we all know months ago that Vince McMahon stepped down as CEO and head creator of WWE. Um, and that then Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon took over as CEOs, co-CEOs, and Triple H has taken over day-to-day creative for WWE. And it's going pretty well, I think. I was very worried about what he would do with WWE, but so far so good, I think, and I really liking it. Um, I think one of the biggest things that I think that I was worried about was that he's going to use his NXT stars, right? He's going to use the people from NXT and just push them like you know without really thinking about what they is, right? Or just anything like that. They were just going to move others aside and not push the NXT and just push the NXT stars aside. And the biggest thing that I always said was that, hey, you know, don't want everybody would say Johnny Gargano is going to beat Roman Reigns. No, no, no. That's not the criteria here. Let's not do that. So, and it's not happening. And I think that is good. Now, having said that, still, since he has come back, he has called up Io Sky, the former Io Shirai. He has brought back Dakota Kai. He has brought in Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Dexter Lumis, Hit Row, brought up Legado del Fantasma. Um, I'm sure I mentioned other ones as well that have, you know, that he's used us. Um, so we needed to figure out um, like what is exactly what is he doing? You know, he's bringing these people in because they need bodies, but they had bodies here. Like we haven't seen Dana Brooke in a long time, and the 24/7 championship. R-Truth this past Monday. This is R-Truth's first time being on Raw in several weeks. You know, there's like this. Um, you know, there's other things. I guess So for me, I was just saying, why, is it too much? Is what I'm trying to get at. Is it too much right now for Triple H? You trying to get pressed out, and like you can see, but hear about it, right? Other than when Johnny Gargano first came back and he came back in Toronto, which is a smart crowd, he hasn't really gotten that big a reception, right? He hasn't got really got big a reception, and you wonder why. Now, listen, I'm not gonna go all Jim Cornette on here and say that he doesn't have like this, as he calls him Johnny Same Face. He doesn't have like any charisma. No, I don't think that is, but he's a smaller guy. He's a smaller guy, and some people wondering like why would Johnny Gargano lose to Baron Corbin? Well, why wouldn't he? Baron Corbin should be beating guys like Johnny Gargano. Baron Corbin should be beating you know guys like that. Triple H says everybody has a role, and there's a role, and Johnny Gargano's role isn't to be the top babyface. Johnny Gargano's role should not be the top babyface of WWE or Monday Night Raw, or whatever. Neither should Candice LeRae. There are stars who are much, much better than that, right? And I think that is what is great about Triple H. He is right now. He has them slotted where they should be slotted. But again, couldn't these roles been have played by others that were already on the roster, right? Like Dana Brooke. Couldn't she play? Could she play? Couldn't she played the Candice LeRae role that Candice is playing right now? Couldn't let's say, you know, um, couldn't Mustafa Ali have done the Johnny Gargano thing right now? Although they put Mustafa Ali now up with Seth Rollins. So yeah, there's so many other things that they could have done with the people that were there, not bringing in the stars from NXT that were either released or let go. Now maybe with Damage Control, maybe that wasn't the thing, because I think Bailey had this idea, back when Vince was in charge, and Vince turned it down, said, "Nah, I'm not a fan of it." But so maybe with the Bailey thing, maybe we needed, because she particularly wanted Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and maybe that's so maybe that place is what it is. But no, it isn't. So like for me, like, I gotta wonder: is it is Triple H just is he is he bringing in the people that he has trusted, right? That he has trusted to do this, right? He has trusted to that they trusted him in NXT, so he trusts them. He can trust them now on the main roster. He knows what they're going to do instead of trusting people that he hasn't maybe worked with as closely as before. So I don't know. I do. There's a part of me that says yes. Triple H could really use to maybe stop with the NXT people, but then again, like they're all NXT people is on like most of them on the main roster. Like talk about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was in NXT. You know, talk about like Finn Balor. There's been this recent rumors that people that he's going to give Finn Balor a big push. And Balor was in NXT twice. So was Damian Priest, so was Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio wasn't there, but he's getting great heat right now. So it's almost as if that question is, well, he all the stars are on NXT, right? But what I mean by that is mainly the ones that were again fired or left the company and then let the contracts run out. So I don't know, guys. It is. I think for me, it may be a little too much. You know. However, he hasn't done anything like that where he's pushing them too far. and he's trying to make them, the top stars of the brand or the company when they, are not needed to be. So, well, maybe he is bringing back too many of the past NXT stars. He doesn't have them, being, you know, in main events right now. They're slotted right where they are, and I think that's a good thing. So the question can be, yes, Triple H is relying too much on past NXT stars, but it can also be, but he hasn't over pushed them to where they don't belong, and that can also be well as well. So, well, I think that's the answer we'd go with for that. Is Triple H relying too much on past NXT stars? A little bit, but it's working. By far, it's working. It's a little, yeah, it's working. There are rumors that AEW and CM Punk are negotiating a buyout of Punk's contract, with the only holdup being that the no compete clause. Apparently CM Punk just wants to be able to go wherever he wants to go, and I would probably think that AEW is probably saying, sure, anywhere but WWE. So, with this being out there now, there's a lot of speculation about could CM Punk be coming back to WWE if this is true and this could happen. Well, I would say that anything could happen. There have been differing reports. One report is saying that Triple H doesn't want CM Punk back, and then there's another report that's saying, well, actually Triple H would be okay with CM Punk coming back, but it all depends on CM Punk and how he left the company several years ago. Um, well, we all know what Punk is. Punk is a very bitter man. He, he, could the enemy of his enemy be his friend in this case, where the enemy of AEW is WWE, which is also his enemy. Because, and as he has spoken on it when he first came back, and spoken on it many times, he feels like the company did, was the ones that helped him get hurt with in the Royal Rumble that time. Let me get I think it was the concussion or Mercer or something like that. And he sued the doctor, and everything like that. So, and then of course there was the thing of him taking his ball and walking home when he found out that he was going to have to face Triple H at WrestleMania. Um, and then subsequently firing him on no less his wedding day. All of these things have gone into the kind of, you know, hatred that CM Punk has had for WWE over the past couple of years. And don't forget, he may have been working on a show that was called WWE Backstage, but his contract was with Fox, not necessarily with WWE. And so there's a lot of things that are talking about, like, what exactly could this be? Could you see a return to CM Punk coming back home to WWE where he was born, where he became the superstar that he is? All because of the stuff that's went down in AEW. And now I'm even reading now this morning that Chris Jericho went to CM Punk after the brawl out, as they're now calling it, the fight with the elite members. And there's also some rumors that the Punk's dog had some teeth knocked out, and then there's some rumors now saying that that's not really necessarily the case. So who knows? But yeah, now the Chris Jericho called him a cancer and a detriment to the AEW locker room. So now it's like, well, what's happening here? What's going on? Is this true? Are we going to see CM Punk back in AEW? Can CM Punk actually come back home? And personally, I don't know. I don't know if that could happen. I would like to see it happen. I don't think I think with WWE giving part-time schedules to a lot of people, Brock Lesnar and Edge and things like that. I think CM Punk would be for a part time schedule in WWE, especially if he just wants to, he knows he doesn't like the Saudi deal. He doesn't have to work Saudi. None of that. I think it would be good. Especially I think, and maybe maybe time for CM Punk wants to retire. I think he's in his mid 40s, maybe even a little older, maybe going closer to 50, maybe. Um, so I think for me, how I would do it is, yes, I would love to see CM Punk come back to WWE, and I think over the next 2 years, I think I would love to see him maybe wrestle 4 to 5 times. Let's start with a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble of this upcoming 2023, right? Surprise entry, CM Punk, then he can wrestle and that's the thing. Now that I think about it, there's also the thing that he's injured. He tore his tight triceps, and who knows how long he'd be out and injured for. So maybe you couldn't do that, but boy, I think that would be awesome because he's a WWE guy. He should be in WWE. The fact that he was in AEW is absolutely heartbreaking to me, and he didn't belong there. And I think now that as he sees it after what happened out there, of course he didn't belong there. AEW is a bunch of marks for themselves, starting with the guy who owns the company, Tony Khan, and then you got the Young Bucks. You got Kenny Omega. Chris Jericho has turned into a mark for himself. I guess it seems there's a lot of people in there who are just marks for themselves, and they only care about them getting over and them being the stars and them making the money. And if other things happen beforehand, sure, that's cool, but it's about us. And CM Punk and many others have found that, and it is amazing to me the way the fans have turned on CM Punk after this brawl out, because it seems like to me that this was, you know, the elite started it. CM Punk finished it, right? And you can say that both were in the wrong. You can say CM Punk was in the wrong. The elite were in the wrong, right? But many people seem to just be, well, the elite were right and CM Punk was wrong, and that's very surprising to me. Very surprising. And now they just turned their back upon. They were up there crying. Oh, and I'm not talking about the dude in Pacific, but I'm just making like a general statement of people were crying and CM Punk was back and it's everything like that. And all of a sudden this happens, and all of a sudden CM Punk's a jerk. And he's been acting like a jerk because towards WWE. And of course, all the AEW fans like that. Woo, woo, you know, yeah, hey, pro AEW, doing all that bullshit. But now all of a sudden, he takes the task people that he should take the task to, Hangman Page, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, those guys, takes them to task. Now all of a sudden, nah, can't be like that. This is a cult. this, we joke about it, talk about the AEW cultures, but this is a cult. It really is. This isn't like a fandom. This is a cult. And unfortunately, I think it's might be the end of CM Punk in AEW for the fans who are fans of CM Punk and who would like to see him in AEW and things like that. But yes, I would like to see him come back home, come back part-time schedule, do a couple matches, and maybe at WrestleMania 40 in Philly, a crowd that would enjoy CM Punk. Have him have his last match, and I personally think CM Punk, he doesn't have to do the honors. I don't think so. I think there's been three guys in this business who doesn't have to do the honors of retiring. Ric Flair, The Undertaker, and Hulk Hogan. And I and put CM Punk in that doesn't seem to be right. However, I think that's one of the things that you would give CM Punk to help him come back to WWE is that his retirement match, he goes over. He goes out on top. So yeah, so that's it for me. To repeat my thoughts, could CM Punk come back home? I hope so. So come on home, CM Punk. Come on home. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of That's a Shoot. We will be back next probably Friday night to be exact, as we'll be predicting the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Because Crown Jewel is Saturday. I don't know if it's Saturday night or Saturday day. Usually when they do the Saudi shows, it's in the morning. It's in the afternoon, so who knows what it's gonna be. But again, we'll be back next week for the prediction episodes of that. If you have any thoughts about what I was talking about with Triple H and the past NXT stars, or CM Punk, and could CM Punk come back home to WWE? Post your comments down below and tell me what you guys think. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.